Hey everyone, I've talked about Facebook in the past. Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, don't forget to subscribe. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Please don't forget to subscribe. Facebook has now suspended my account. I have 180 days to write a rebuttal to it, but every time I try to enter my phone number, they say, oh, you've used this phone number in the past. You can't use this phone number. Use a different phone number. So I try using other people's phone numbers, and they'll say, oh, this phone number's been used too much. Phone numbers I've never used before. What they started doing is they started saying things. We think your account was hacked. It wasn't. We think, oh, and then they'll tell me my internet's down. I'm not doing everything else. And they said, please reconnect when you have reestablished internet service. So began a lot of those. We don't believe this is you. We think someone else is trying to log in. We think you've been hacked. They've been doing that for a while. But recently, I've been responding to some of these. Let's change the name. Okay, Donald Trump. Let's change it to Fred Flintstone. Okay, Fred Flintstone. Someone tried to shoot Fred Flintstone and hit him in the ear. So people have been posting on Facebook things. The one I most recently did, someone wrote, someone took democracy in their own hands. Too bad he missed. So I thought, are they talking about what I think they're talking about? Someone tried to shoot Fred Flintstone. Then I looked in the next comment. It was, yeah. They have a picture of this Fred Flintstone with a crosshairs or a crossed out. Yeah, next time, I wish he'd gotten some better. I wish he'd gotten some training, some marksmanship training or some shooting training. Maybe the next time the person won't miss. Hopefully they'll get him next time, and that kind of stuff. Well, that kind of stuff probably falls within some of the terrorist threats or threats of violence, which violates Facebook's policy. So I'll send them in. I'll hit, report, whatever it is, report. I usually don't block the person. I just report it. And they'll say, why are you reporting this? Violence. So they'll put harassment, violence. If they let me do more than one, sometimes I won't put one. But, violence. Violence, terrorist activity, or terrorist threats, whatever the categories are that they give me to. And then they say, we'll let you know what happened. Then, some 3 or 4 days later, we found nothing wrong with the post. That's weird. Someone's trying to say that they're going to kill Fred Flintstone, who used to be the president of Bedrock. He was the mayor of Bedrock. They're going to shoot this Fred Flintstone fella, and the person used to be the mayor, and now he's running for mayor again. And someone tried to shoot Fred Flintstone, hit him in his ear, and they're saying let's all chime in and let's get going again. Let's support the next person who does this or that kind of stuff. Straight out calling for the assassination of Fred Flintstone. And that's a violation. If we take away the Fred Flintstone name and we put in the name of who that really happened to on Saturday at approximately 6:10 p.m. Eastern Time, I think you'll agree that that is a violation. Now, if they said his running mate, he's running against Ricky Ricardo. Now, Ricky Ricardo, he's an elderly gentleman. He's 81 years old, and he's a Democrat. So Fred Flintstone's running against Ricky Ricardo. Now, if they said that about Ricky Ricardo, what would have happened? I think that they would have immediately shut that person down. So that's how bad, how extreme, how big it's gotten. Facebook's left-leaning. They're saying that if you threaten to kill somebody, and you hope that someone else will kill that person, if you get archived footage of another gentleman, I can say his name, let's just say John F. Kennedy. And John F. Kennedy, they take that footage and they Photoshop off the head of Kennedy and put the head of Fred Flintstone on there with blood coming up. They're saying, my greatest dream or something like that, or boy, I sure hope this could happen, and that kind of thing. So I think that's bad. I think that's not right. I don't think that's fair to the Kennedy family. He still has relatives that are alive, and they rehash this and make it into a meme, a joke. Then they put Fred Flintstone's head over there being assassinated. They're showing him being assassinated, and I report it, and it's not taken off. They say it does not violate their policies. Now, if we put Ricky Ricardo in the car with this, you know, the 81-year-old man, and some of the people in Ricky Ricardo's own party are saying, let's get rid of him. They're not saying assassinate him, but they're saying, let's get rid of Ricky Ricardo. He's too old. Ricky Ricardo's too old. Fred Flintstone's too orange-haired, or whatever. And we need to get rid. But they're posting stuff. I said that's a violation of their policy. What do? They kicked me off Facebook. I have 180 days to do some form of a appeal, but every time I try to appeal it, everything I give them, they say I can't. They can't email me. They can't send me a text. They can't. None of that. It's all gone. So I may not have Facebook anymore at all. So if you want to get in touch with me, I'll put the information down below. Some people have written me on Facebook with questions, and I've tried to answer those questions either by directly writing them. Best way to do it is just email me or write me on here on YouTube. On YouTube, like you put comments in here. I think you can just on any of my videos. If, let's say I have a video on there about acting, and you want to ask me a question about low carb sausages or something, you can always put that and say, hey, this is not about acting. I just found this sausage company called Silly Sally Sausages, and I was wondering, have you ever tried these Silly Sally sausages? Oh, I have. They are delicious. Whatever, we can still have communication even though the video is not necessarily about that topic. And then I'll also give you the email address there. So don't forget to subscribe here, because you're not going to be able to see me on Facebook. I don't think I'll ever, well, maybe I'll get back on there. There's no phone numbers to call. There's no, the help is just, when you go to help, instead of having a place where you can write and ask for help, it only says, gives you articles of what you can read about getting help, which is no help. So this is just a bonus video. This just happened today. And I know why. It's because I went against the agenda, I don't know, the regime, whatever you want to call it, of Facebook wanting to have only negative stuff about Fred Flintstone and only positive stuff about Ricky Ricardo. So if you want to see some about Ricky Ricardo, they'll say, woohoo, thank you very much. If you want to see some negative about that Fred Flintstone guy with the orange hair, he's in Philadelphia right now, Pennsylvania, right now, you can say anything you want to say about the Fred Flintstone guy. Don't say anything bad about Ricky Ricardo. If you say anything about Ricky Ricardo, it's got to be, I love Ricky Ricardo, he's not too old, I love his his vice president, who I think her name is Sally Struthers, yeah, and she laughs a lot, and she's got like light brown skin, and she likes to laugh. Sally Struthers. So if you want to say nice things about Sally Struthers and nice things about Ricky Ricardo, you're welcome to do so. If you want to say we want to kill Fred Flintstone, that's okay too. You can say that. Yeah, just go out there and kill that Fred Flintstone. Maybe throw a big rock on it. Maybe when he's maybe Dino will run up and bang, bang, bang. Instead of barking, Dino's going to shoot him. Maybe that saber-tooth tiger, they throw it out, and the tiger gets him and throws him out. Maybe he'll throw Fred Flintstone on his head, and Fred Flintstone will no longer be alive. So if you hate Fred Flintstone and you love Ricky Ricardo, you're right at home there. But they kicked me off for that. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Take care.